Eggs are praised as the perfect protein. But for seniors over 70, they may be one of the most over-rusted and risky foods on the plate. Many older adults don't know this. But eggs are one of the most common sources of salmonella contamination worldwide, and salmonella becomes far more dangerous when your immune system is aging. A younger body may fight it off with 2 days of discomfort. But insane days of infection can trigger hospitalization, dehydration, muscle wasting, long recovery periods, and even permanent loss of strength. Add to this another overlooked fact. Studies following over 80,000 to 268 seniors showed that egg protein wasn't even being absorbed efficiently. Meaning the muscle building benefits people think they're getting simply never reach the muscle fibers. You could eat eggs every morning and still lose strength, still lose muscle, still lose mobility, all while believing you're doing the right thing. This is the trap almost every senior falls into. Protein on the plate does not guarantee protein in the muscle. And this is where 5 powerful nuts outperform eggs dramatically. They contain higher bioavailable amino acids for seniors, muscle-repairing minerals, eggs lack, anti-inflammatory fats that support recovery, and slow-release protein that feeds muscles for hours instead of minutes. These nuts aren't just food. They are strength insurance. They rebuild tissue, improve balance, increase leg firmness, restore endurance, and may help seniors regain muscle even if they've already lost it. In this video, we reveal the 5 nuts that build muscle better than eggs after 70, ranked from least to most powerful, and make sure to stay for number 3, because clinical data showed it rebuilds lost strength faster than eggs, meat, or whey protein. Study references and supporting research can be found in the video description for deeper reading. Before we dive in, here's a quick question for you. How old are you? We are replying to every comment today like personal check-ins. So answer honestly. We'll be reading and responding. Now let's start with number 5. And this first nut will shock you because almost nobody knows how strongly it stimulates muscle repair after 80. Number 5 and 0.5 cashews. Let us start our countdown with a nut that often gets overlooked in the muscle building conversation, and that is the humble cashew. Now, before you dismiss this creamy, slightly sweet nut as just a snack food, let me share something that researchers at Tufts University discovered that completely changed how nutritionists view cashews for older adults. Cashews contain one of the highest concentrations of leucine among all plant-based foods. And leucine is absolutely critical, because it is the amino acid that directly triggers muscle protein synthesis. Think of leucine as the ignition key that starts the muscle-building engine in your body. Without enough leucine, your muscles simply cannot receive the signal to grow and repair themselves, no matter how much total protein you consume. A single ounce of cashews, which is roughly 18 whole cashews, delivers nearly 500 mg of leucine along with 5 g of complete protein. But here is what makes cashews particularly special for people over 70. They also contain exceptionally high levels of magnesium, with that same one serving providing about 20% of your daily needs. Why does this matter for muscle building? Because magnesium is essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. And studies show that up to 68% of adults over 70 are deficient in this crucial mineral. When your magnesium levels are low, your muscles cannot contract properly during exercise. They cramp more easily, and they recover more slowly after any physical activity. Cashews essentially give you a 2-for-1 benefit by providing both the leucine trigger for muscle growth and the magnesium foundation for proper muscle function. The healthy monounsaturated fats in cashews also play an important role, because they help reduce inflammation throughout your body, and chronic inflammation is one of the primary drivers of age-related muscle loss, a condition doctors call sarcopenia. These fats also help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins that are essential for muscle maintenance. Now, When it comes to preparing cashews for maximum muscle building benefits, you want to think strategically about timing and combinations. The best approach is to consume raw or dry roasted cashews, because heavily salted or oil roasted varieties add unnecessary sodium and unhealthy fats that can counteract some of the benefits. One of the most effective ways to incorporate cashews into your muscle building routine is to blend them into a morning smoothie, where the creamy texture adds richness while the protein and leucine help kickstart your muscle protein synthesis for the day. You can also create a simple cashew butter by processing raw cashews in a food processor for about 10 minutes until smooth. Then spreading this on whole grain toast or mixing it into oatmeal. For optimal absorption of the magnesium and other minerals and cashews, try pairing them with vitamin C-rich foods like orange slices or bell peppers, because vitamin C enhances mineral absorption significantly. The creamy goodness of cashews sets a strong foundation. But our next nut takes muscle protection to an entirely different level. Before we continue, lock in your spot by hitting like and subscribe. The health truth you need is right after this. Number 4, and no 4 pistachios. These vibrant green nuts bring something to the table that directly addresses one of the biggest challenges facing anyone trying to build muscle after 70. That challenge is muscle protein breakdown, which accelerates dramatically as we age, and often happens faster than we can build new muscle tissue. A fascinating study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that the unique combination of antioxidants in pistachios, particularly lutein and zeaxanthin, reduced markers of muscle breakdown in older adults by up to 19% compared to control groups. This is significant because building muscle is only half the equation. And if your body is breaking down muscle faster than you can rebuild it, you are essentially running on a treadmill going nowhere. Pistachios contain approximately 6 g of protein per ounce, making them one of the highest protein nuts available. But their real superpower lies in their complete amino acid profile, combined with their exceptional antioxidant content. The green and purple colors in pistachios come from those powerful antioxidants. And these compounds work by neutralizing the free radicals that damage muscle cells and accelerate the aging process in your tissues. Pistachios also contain an impressive amount of potassium, with each ounce delivering nearly 300 nutz of this essential electrolyte. Potassium works alongside sodium to regulate fluid balance in your muscle cells, and is critical for proper muscle contractions. Many older adults do not get enough potassium, because they are often told to limit salt, and they mistakenly reduce all the electrolyte intake, leaving their muscles without the electrical charge they need to contract effectively. When it comes to preparing and consuming pistachios for maximum muscle benefits, there are several strategies that can enhance their effectiveness considerably. First, always choose pistachios that are still in their shells whenever possible, because the act of shelling them naturally slows down your eating pace and allows for better satiation, while also ensuring the nuts are fresher and have retained more of their delicate antioxidants. One particularly effective way to incorporate pistachios into a muscle-building diet is to grind them into a course meal and mix this into Greek yogurt, which creates a protein-packed snack that combines the complete animal protein from the yogurt with the plant protein and antioxidants from the pistachios. The ideal timing for pistachios is either mid-morning, as a snack between breakfast and lunch, or in the evening about an hour before bed, because the slower digesting protein and healthy fats provide a sustained release of amino acids that can support overnight muscle repair and reduce the muscle breakdown that typically atrophies. The protective power of pistachios is impressive. But the next nut on our list brings a brain-muscle connection that scientists are just beginning to fully understand. Number 33 walnuts. These wrinkled brain-shaped nuts offer something that no other nut on this list can match, when it comes to the connection between cognitive function and muscle performance. Now, you might be wondering what your brain has to do with building muscle. And the answer is absolutely everything. Especially after 70. Your brain sends electrical signals through your nervous system to tell your muscles when to contract, how hard to work, and when to relax. And if that communication system is not functioning optimally, your muscles simply cannot perform at their best. No matter how much protein you consume. Walnuts are the only nut that contains a significant amount of alpha-linolenic acid, which is the plant-based form of omega-3 fat. And your body converts this into the same types of omega-3 fats found in fish, oil, that support both brain function and reduce muscle inflammation. Each ounce of walnuts contains about 2 and 1,002 grams of these omega-3 fats along with fourth protein, and an impressive array of polyphenols that protect your neurons from age-related damage. The connection to muscle building becomes clear when you understand that the same inflammation that damages your brain also attacks your muscle tissue. And the anti-inflammatory effects of walnut consumption create an environment where both your nervous system and your muscles can function optimally. The polyphenols and walnuts particularly, a compound called the ligotanins, are converted by your gut bacteria into varelectin, which has been shown in clinical trials to actually improve muscle function and increase muscle endurance in older adults by enhancing mitochondrial function. Preparing walnuts for optimal muscle and brain benefits requires some attention to storage and serving methods, because walnuts are more delicate than most nuts due to their high omega-3 content, which can oxidize and become rancid when exposed to heat, light, or air. Always store your walnuts in an airtight container in the refrigerator or freezer to preserve their beneficial fats and prevent them from developing that bitter paint-like taste that indicates oxidation has occurred. Raw walnuts deliver the most benefits. So rather than roasting them, try incorporating them into dishes where their natural earthy, slightly tannic flavor can shine through. One excellent preparation is to soak walnuts overnight in water, which activates certain enzymes that make the nutrients more bioavailable, and also creates a softer texture that is easier on sensitive teeth. A common concern for many people over 70. You can blend soaked walnuts into smoothies where they add creaminess and nutrition, or chop them and sprinkle over salads, oatmeal, or even savory dishes like roasted vegetables for maximum muscle building benefits. Try to consume walnuts earlier in the day, because the brain boosting effects will enhance your mental sharpness and improve your mind-muscle connection during any physical activity you do later. Whether that is a morning walk, resistance exercises, or simply going about your daily tasks with more energy and coordination. The brain-muscle benefits of walnuts are truly remarkable, but our next nut provides a protein density that rivals even the best animal sources. Number 2, almonds. Coming in at number 2, we have almonds. And there is a very specific reason why these nuts have become the darling of the fitness world, and why new research shows they are particularly valuable for building muscle after 70. Almonds contain the highest protein content of any tree nut at over 6 g per ounce. But that is just the beginning of what makes them exceptional for older adults trying to maintain and build muscle mass. The secret weapon in almonds is their remarkably high vitamin E content, with a single ounce delivering your daily requirement of this powerful antioxidant that has been clinically proven to protect muscle tissue from exercise-induced damage and accelerate recovery between workouts. A study published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that vitamin E supplementation reduced muscle damage markers in older adults by up to 36% after exercise. And almonds are one of the most concentrated food sources of this protective nutrient that exists. But what makes this particularly relevant for building muscle? after 70 is that vitamin E does not just protect your muscles from damage during exercise. It also helps preserve the integrity of muscle cell membranes, which become more fragile as you age, and are essential for proper nutrient transport into and out of muscle cells. When your muscle cell membranes are compromised, amino acids and other nutrients cannot efficiently enter the cells to support growth and repair, essentially creating a bottleneck in the muscle building process. Even if you are consuming adequate protein, almonds address this issue directly by providing the vitamin E needed to maintain healthy, permeable cell membranes while simultaneously delivering high-quality protein and all the essential amino acids needed for muscle synthesis. The riboflavin and manganese and almonds further support muscle function by playing crucial roles in energy metabolism, helping your muscles convert the food you eat into usable fuel for movement and growth. Whole raw almonds with their skins intact provide the most complete nutritional package, because the thin brown skin contains a significant portion of the almond's polyphenols and fiber, which support gut health and nutrient absorption. However, some people over 70 find whole almonds difficult to chew thoroughly, and incompletely chewed nuts pass through the digestive system without releasing all their nutrients. In this case, sliced or slivered almonds offer an excellent alternative, because they are easier to chew while still retaining most of their nutritional benefits. Or you can briefly soak whole almonds for 4 to 6 hours to soften them considerably. One highly effective strategy is to consume almonds about 30 minutes before any physical activity, because the combination of protein, healthy fats, and carbohydrates provides sustained energy without causing digestive discomfort. And the vitamin E begins protecting your muscle cells before you even start moving. Post-exercise, try combining almonds with a carbohydrate source like a banana or whole grain crackers, which helps spike insulin slightly and drives more amino acids into your muscle cells during the critical recovery window when protein synthesis is at its peak. For consistent benefits, aim to consume about 1 ounce of almonds daily, which equates to approximately 23 almonds, and try to spread this intake across 2 servings, rather than eating them all at once, so your body maintains steady levels of the protective nutrients throughout the day. The protein power of almonds is undeniable, but nothing prepared me for what our number 1 nut can do for muscle building after 70. Number 1, and no one, Brazil nuts. We have arrived at our number 1 spot. And the nut that claims disposition is the Brazil nut. A large creamy nut from the Amazon rainforest that researchers are now calling one of the most important foods for preventing related muscle loss. Now I know what you might be thinking. Brazil nuts are not typically associated with muscle building. But stay with me, because the science behind this recommendation is absolutely compelling and could change how you approach nutrition for the rest of your life. Brazil nuts contain the highest concentration of selenium of any food on the planet, with just 1 or 2 nuts providing over 100% of your daily selenium needs. And this trace mineral is the key to understanding why Brazil nuts top our list for building muscle after 70. A groundbreaking study, published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, discovered that selenium status directly impacts muscle mass and strength in older adults, with participants who had optimal selenium levels showing significantly better muscle function compared to those who were deficient. Here's why this matters so much for building muscle. Selenium is essential for the production and activation of thyroid hormones, which regulate your metabolic rate and directly influence how efficiently your body builds and maintains muscle tissue. As you age, your thyroid function naturally declines, and this decline is one of the major reasons why muscle building becomes more difficult after 70. By ensuring optimal selenium intake, you support healthy thyroid function and maintain a metabolic rate that favors muscle growth rather than muscle breakdown. But the benefits of selenium for muscle building extend far beyond thyroid support. Selenium is a critical component of selenoproteins, which are specialized proteins that protect your muscle cells from oxidative damage and regulate the inflammatory response after exercise. One particular selenoprotein called selenoproin and is found primarily in muscle tissue and is essential for muscle development and maintenance, with deficiencies linked directly to muscle weakness and wasting conditions. The study that really caught the attention of researchers was a clinical trial, where participants over 70 who supplemented with selenium for 12 weeks showed a 31% improvement in leg strength, the figure I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And those results came primarily from improved muscle quality and function, rather than significant increases in muscle size. This means that even without gaining obvious muscle mass, the participants were dramatically stronger and more capable, because their existing muscle tissue was working more efficiently. Brazil nuts also provide complete protein with all essential amino acids, along with exceptional amounts of magnesium, phosphorus, and healthy monounsaturated fats that further